Hello, I'm Taylour Tedder, City Manager for Boulder City, and welcome to the latest episode of Tedder Talks, a once-a-month look at issues and people impacting Boulder City. Lorena Portillo, who has worked in the County Elections Department for more than 25 years, was appointed the Clark County Registrar of Voters in March. Today, she's here to share her experience. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Can you tell me a little bit about your career with Clark County, where you started and where you're at today?
Absolutely. I started with the Clark County Election Department in 1998. So I was a young mom. I was getting through, my associate's degree, and I started as a part-time hourly to get through the general election cycle. I fell in love with the process. I fell in love with what it takes to ensure that voters exercise their right to vote. And it's a huge undertaking that I realized I wanted to be a part of. I began to work also towards my bachelor's degree as I worked through different promotions and had a wonderful trajectory of leadership that got me to where I am today and who I am today.
The 2020 elections presented major challenges due to COVID, of course, but it also presented opportunities. What are some of the good things that came out of that election cycle?
We realized how resilient we really are. Our team, our community leaders, our county management, state, federal, everyone that helped us get through the 2020 election, it really showed the support that we truly have and a strong community that we truly live in. Our staff is very dedicated, and they did not blink, not once, in the thought that they weren't going to get through it, and we were able to help voters vote through a very difficult time. It was a tremendous challenge, but we did successfully help voters vote, and 2020 was another successful election year.
In your opinion, what is the most important part of your job?
The most important part, I would say, is public service. Public service is very important in everything that we do, including myself. No matter what you do in the department, you impact the entire community, the entire voters. They depend on you to ensure that the information is accurate, that we are out there at the polls when we say we're going to be out there, and we provide voting services in person and to vote by mail as well.
What's the biggest challenge of your work?
I don't feel that there's challenges we can't undertake, but we do have a very busy year in 2024. We have 3 elections, major election cycles, compared to what we had before, which is only 2 major election cycles. So that's a challenge on its own. We are in preparations for the February 6th presidential preference primary. So it's something that our staff had to adjust to. Timelines had to be adjusted. The holidays are right in between, so that'll be another challenge, but we will get through it.
And so as you mentioned, 2024 is going to be really busy for you and your staff. What will you do in your spare time to keep it all in perspective?
I laugh a little because there's really no spare time, right? But if I do happen to have a day or two, just for at least a Sunday, I do love to spend it with family, with my pets, but spare time will have to wait till 2025.
I can understand. Lorena, thank you so much for sharing about yourself, about your position, and thanks so much for your time today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me here. It was a pleasure.
Be sure to check out Tedder Talks once a month at bcnv.org/Tedder. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next month for the next Tedder Talks.